Aquarius, hi. Welcome to Surrender to the Flow Tarot. I'm Denise, and I'm going to do a general reading today for the collective of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, any placement. It's general reading, so it might not resonate for everyone. Take what resonates and leave the rest. And today's reading was inspired by the Odyssey by Florence and the Machine. It's like a short 48-minute film, like music and a story. And the book that also inspired today's reading was The Alchemist. And this art piece, just something I drew in 2013. I draw these trees, and I had wanted to create a girl and combine the two, like trees, the way I draw trees and the way I draw people. And that was my very first attempt at it. And for whatever reason, that was like sticking out at me today as part of the inspiration. So today's reading is going to be, I already pulled the beginning cards. What disasters are you creating within yourselves? So I have cards for that from the universe, and then I'm pulling cards from the universe for where the universe wants you to move into, and then we'll pull oracle card for advice from the universe on how and what you can do to move into that space, to get yourself out of your shadow space. So the deck that we're using, it's a set. It's the Tarot of Light and Shadow, and it's two decks in one box, and it's the Shadow deck and the Light deck. And we're using the Heart Path Oracle cards for your Oracle card pull. These are both new decks, so I'm not really familiar with them. And I'll be reading from the book for both of them. The messages, the description of the tarot cards are slightly different than the traditional, so just FYI, but based on the original. So here we go. I pulled already for you why my brain is going somewhere, what disaster you are creating within yourself is. Sorry guys, I'm stumbly and mumbly a little bit today. I feel like motion sick. I don't know why. Like I'm on a boat. And it's kind of unpleasant. Unsettling a little. An unsettledness. There's a little bit. Okay. You got the Page of Cups. And the Wheel. So the Wheel is about change. The Wheel is about completion, traditionally, right? And the Page of Cups is traditionally a student. Bringing the beginning of something, and it's a student devoted to their studies. Devoted to whatever choice their heart led them on. And they're not swayed, no matter what the setbacks. So that's traditional. So for your in reverse, oh my gosh, sorry guys. Wow, I'm all over the place. For your disaster, what the shadow meaning is, I want to start this over, but I'm not going to, okay? Let's read the Page of Cups, because it's not the same as being in reverse exactly, you know? So I'm going to read the general reading and then what your shadow meaning is. The Page of Cups is often a student who chooses to follow whichever esoteric discipline suits them best. Once applied to it, he or she will give their all, devoting long hours to the work and never swerving despite setbacks and reversals. Traditionally, this represents a gentle and romantic person with a rich imagination. Though this can turn around, presenting the page as arrogant and boastful, he is often a lover of the arts. The shadow reading is, be careful that in the twilight realm you are not led to envy the achievements of others, perhaps seeking to seduce those who can help you further your own course through life. Emptying the cup may lose the wisdom you have found. Be careful not to dream too deeply or take all that you see at face value. So, before I read the description of the wheel, you are feeling, oh, you're under the bottom of the deck was the Four of Serpents. And this deck, coins or pentacles are serpents. You are feeling stuck a bit, or a bit stifled. Feeling like you don't quite have enough, or you don't quite have everything you want. And maybe you're comparing yourself to people around you and seeing where they are, and you are wishing you had that for yourself. And in doing that, you are stopping the change that should be happening. Let's see what the wheel says, my friends. Yeah, instead of being from a place of pure love, you know, and devotion to love, you are maybe, like, look at him, spilling it out a bit. And his hand is on his hip. His cup on his shield thing up here is upside down. And so it's dissatisfaction of a heart kind, you know, like maybe you're feeling discouraged a bit. Maybe you've been going at whatever you're trying to get for a long time. Long enough that you're discouraged by where you are. Let's see what the wheel says, yeah? This is the general. The wheel turns, changes occur, time passes. But remember that it can turn both ways, backwards with the flow of time and desire, reversed. Forwards with all the wishes and hopes in its quiver of dreams. The wheel, also known as Fortune's wheel, is everywhere in the writings of early philosophers. Everywhere they looked, they saw manifestations of the image in their lives and deaths of great men and women who rose to the top of the wheel and just as rapidly fell as it turned. Fortuna ruled here and is one of the most powerful deities of the ancient world, whose influence continued long after the coming of Christianity. I just remembered that I didn't turn my phone onto, I use my phone to record, onto airplane mode, so cross your fingers. That this doesn't get interrupted, right? Here we have not just the queen, but the king also, destiny with his many variations of choice and reversals of truth and desire. Oh my gosh, I have the hiccups, excuse me. We see how the stars drive chance and fate, but the wheel turns both ways nonetheless. It says the queen and the king. But these look to be both like, I guess, the queen. And in the bottom one, the crown has fallen off. Okay, let's read the shadow meaning. The wheel can deal us many different kinds of fate, and whatever comes, we have to deal with it appropriately. Above all, it represents change, whether for better or worse. In most readings, the presence of this card can upset the outcome of the answer the cards offer, though in this double deck, we have further choices through the application of light and shadow. Essentially, we make our own luck. So how you think about things has a huge effect, right? What appears to be negative may turn out to be something else entirely. Though the card may sometimes represent a reversal of fortune, moving from light to shadow, shadow to light, will define whether this is a good or a bad thing. So in this case, it's you, this is a bad thing, right? Because you're blocking it. You're feeling, you're not in the flow of it. And you're halting it. These cards are pretty, right? They're dope. I like that the shadows are all different shades of blue. Because even though they're shadow, there's still like a calmness about it, you know? Like I feel reassured even though it's in shadow. Okay, so let's see what the universe has for you, where they want you to move into. What's the space, universe, you want the Aquarians to move into? What space, universe, do you want the Aquarians to move into? Bottom of the deck is the Two of Swords. So that's to bring 3D, 5D, head, heart, you know, bring yourself into alignment. And you got the Strength card. That's beautiful. It wants you to move into a place of your power. To stop comparing yourself and stop comparing, maybe challenge your ideas of success. And take a step back. This is dope. This person looks to be feminine, but you know, there's no gender, it's hard to tell, is choking a snake. And there's a bow and arrow on the ground. I'm gonna see what the book says for it. It's cool, right? I like the art on these. The Strength card. What is the Strength card in this book? The general meaning is strength may work in many ways. Sometimes it is bold and determined, as here, where the lady holds the serpent of wisdom by the throat, squeezing pearls of knowledge from it. That's bananas. But it is also cunning, and the lady uses this charm to charm the serpent into revealing all it possesses. So that's interesting, right? Because that's what the Page of Cups in the shadow is saying, that envy and also seducing and manipulating people to further you, right? In each case, I have this phrase written on my bathroom wall that says, if they're charming, run. In each case, the arrow of truth lies at her feet, waiting for her to harness her innate strength to knock the arrow to the string and shoot it into the heart of the issue. Strength is also known as the Fortitude card, one of the 4 cardinal virtues present within the major arcana. Originally, it probably referenced the figure of the Greek hero Hercules struggling with the Nemean lion, one of his 12 mighty labors identified with the signs of the zodiac. Some have seen this card as the taming of male energies by the feminine, or of the dark rage of the unconscious mind by the clearer element of conscious intention. It goes right with the Two of Swords. The strength acknowledged by the imagery isn't just of the physical realm. It represents strength of feeling, of character, even maybe moral strength. So the light reading is, strength represents the ability to keep going when everything looks hopeless. But unlike the Chariot, it has less to do with the ego than with physical power. As such, it has been described as the warrior card, but this is a limitation. Strength of will transcends the bounds of human ability, and the countless tales of heroic achievement, not always in warfare, but in exploration, sport, and creativity, are very much a part of this card's meaning. In readings, it signifies the eagerness of the seeker to attack the problem, coupled with the resourcefulness. So you got this, Aquarians. You are more than capable. And it's like a force of, a force of will, like not a force forcing your will, but like a force behind your will. So it's showing that you have it in you. You have it in you to let go of those things that are holding you back and to move into your power, which would be a more heart-led space, not ooh la la hippie la la land, but pure, highest good for yourself and for all, and feeling connected to all and responsible in a way of loving, of being a reflection of love, at your deepest self. Hang in there, okay? Wherever you are, hang in there. Let's see what the Oracle card has to say for how you can get into that space. What you can do right now to help yourself get into this space. These aren't read in reverse either, FYI. I don't know if I said that about these light and shadow. They're not in reverse either because they kind of already are what they are, What can Aquarius do to move into this, help them move into this space? Woohoo! That was a fun flippy one. That was so flippy. Oh, this is rad. These cards are trippy. Time wave, being in the present moment. I'll hold it for a minute because there's a lot going on, right? I feel like there's a feeling of peacefulness and mindfulness for sure at this eye in the wave, right? Let's see what it says. It's pretty. Time wave, being in the present moment. The card you have chosen shows 3 otters floating on undulating waves. The young one is asleep in front. The farther in the middle is just waking up. The father, not the farther. Oh my goodness. And the mother in the back is looking directly at us with total understanding of the situation. A 4th otter is off to the right, peering from behind a lotus flower. He is caught up in the drama going on. There's a dragonfly at the top right, in front of the moon, and to the left is Venus. A large wave creates a portal with an iris and pupil emerging out of the center. Numbers outline the outer portion of the wave, 1 to 73. The motion of the wave causes water droplets to be thrown everywhere. Your message is, if otters have swum into your life, it is time to connect with your inner child. This is because otters are joyful, funny, and a bit mischievous. They always make you laugh. They want you to take risks and be adventurous. So have that, right, not have that comparing, envying outlook, but that, like the fool outlook, right? Like the new, everything is new and wonderful, and you don't mind if you fail because it's all part of it. You're excited just to do it, right? Flow with the current of life and do not get caught up with material things that can burden you. That's interesting too, right? So maybe, I always feel silly when I miss something. To not be focused on, if you're envious of success, right? To not be focused on the material parts of that, and to be focused on the joy of doing something, the joy of being involved in creating something from your heart. You're the Page of Cups, right? And in the upright, in the regular, it's you're devoted and nothing can sway you. So it's kind of like you've kind of forgotten that part, you know? Understandable or not, you know what I'm saying? That no judgments. When there's judging, there's no loving. That's a me original. When a big wave is about to sweep you up, stay calm and do what the otters do. Enjoy the ride. One rarely finds otters swimming alone. That's interesting, right? It goes right with the Wheel of Fortune and the change. Sorry, there's these really annoying alerts that come up on my phone, and the only way they leave is if I swipe them. They're like connected to my calendar, and I can't get them off. It's spam. Okay. Family and friends are very important to them, and they help protect everyone. Otter people possess brilliant imaginations. They always follow their inner muse. Their ideas can be so quirky that they may not be appreciated at first. But when looked at more closely, they are usually acknowledged for their creativity and genius. This card is all about time and how you manage it. Remember, time is only a human construct and agreement. It does not actually exist. Time appears to have a future and a past, but it is really just a series of continuous nows. Boom. You live and function in this present moment, then this present moment, and so on. Every second is new, right? The only constant is change. You can leave the parameters of time whenever you meditate, dream, or have fun. The flittering, so maybe you need to have fun, son. Maybe you guys need a break and go have a vacation and just do something fun. Even do 5 minutes of fun a day, and like each day increase it by a minute, you know? It may not be what it seems. Wait, the flittering dragonfly wants to show you a different way to view a current dilemma. It may not be what it seems. Beautiful Venus, the planet of love and relationships, watches over you and wants you to focus on a special connection with someone new. With the number 73 and the full moon, you will surely be successful in manifesting your dreams. Remember, you always have enough time to accomplish miracles. Your affirmation is, I am in control of time and it does what I want it to do. Ooh, that's powerful. Wow. How many people feel like they're slaves to time, right? Think about it that way, that you're in control of it and it does what you want it to do. That's pretty liberating, huh? It's pretty dope. So there you go, Aquarius. I hope that this helped. Give this video a like if you want, or a thumbs down, whatever you're feeling, and consider subscribing if you watched the whole thing, or if you've been here before and watched more than one video and you haven't subscribed, take a little second and click the button. It doesn't do anything for you except for, it doesn't cost you anything. What it does is let you know when I update, and it also allows me to continue to do this because it helps the channel out by getting it out there. All right, so thank you, Aquarius, and I will see you next week. Bye.